Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we are analyzing, the only asset you truly get that you just can't buy or replace or roll over. We're talking about your time.
And our mission today isn't just another chat about productivity hacks.
Right. It's really about getting into the actual, the visceral value of your next 24 hours so you can maybe stop wasting them.
We're kicking off with a thought experiment. It's pretty simple, but it's designed to instantly, recalibrate how you think about this ultimate resource.
Okay, let's do it. So imagine someone offers you 1 crore right now. That's what, 10 million rupees?
Right.
About 120,000 US dollars, give or take.
A significant chunk of change.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But here's the catch. You don't wake up tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And the question is obviously rhetorical. I mean, who would take that deal? No sane person.
Exactly.
And that immediate no way proves something profound.
Right.
Just having it tomorrow, it's worth infinitely more than that cash, or any cash, really. Tomorrow morning is worth more than, say, even 100 crore.
It shines a light on this huge contradiction in how we act, doesn't it? We fight tooth and nail against death.
Mm-hmm.
But we give in so easily to wasting the very thing that makes life possible. Time. Why is there such a disconnect?
I think it's because we mentally separate time from life. We say we love life, right?
Yeah.
But we're careless with time, even though time is essentially the container. It holds our existence.
If the container stops.
Life stops. Simple as that. And, the ancient sources we looked at, they capture this so well.
The concept of Kaila?
Exactly. From the Atharva Veda. Time, or Kala, is pictured as this incredibly fast horse. You can't catch it. You can't stop it. It's this cosmic, powerful force.
Can't be bought.
No. You can buy limited things, sure, like diamonds, because they're finite but tangible. But you cannot buy back a single second. So you've really only got 2 choices.
Ride the horse.
Or let it gallop past you forever. You either saddle up and direct it, or you're just left behind.
Okay, so if we accept that premise time is our real daily allowance, how should that change how we use it? Let's talk about that daily budget.
Right. Everyone gets the same amount. Doesn't matter who you are. 86,400 seconds deposited into your account every single day.
And the key is you have to spend it today. No rollovers.
None. And this completely reframes how we should think about value, especially financial value. Like, why does earning, let's say, $250,000 in 1 month feel so much better than earning it over 30 years?
It's the speed, isn't it? The velocity.
Precisely. It's not just the amount. The research suggests we inherently value that speed of acquisition. It implies control. Control over our environment, over our future time. Even a tiny amount, like 1 rupee, feels valuable if you earn it every single minute.
So we're not really chasing the biggest pile of money. We're chasing the ability to move faster, to achieve more within the time we have.
Yes, and that flips how we should view loss.
How so?
Well, you need to start feeling that losing 30 minutes is actually a bigger hit, a bigger expense than losing, say, 30,000 rupees. It sounds radical, but think about it.
If you focus on mastering your time, investing it wisely,
Wealth tends to follow. It's a natural consequence. But if you just chase the money without controlling your time, there's zero guarantee you'll ever get those precious minutes back. Remember that line from Tony Stark's father in the movie?
Oh, yeah, something about all the money in the world.
Can't buy back a single moment. It's true.
So if we agree on that value, who actually pulls this off? Who manages to ride the horse of Kaila effectively? Let's look at some time masters.
The common thread you see with people who achieve extraordinary things is this. They invest their time first, often long before they have significant money. Consumption comes later, if at all. Look at Warren Buffett.
Everyone talks about his investing genius, obviously.
Right, but the sources really emphasize his time discipline, which started way, way before his serious investing career took off.
The timeline is pretty incredible when you lay it out. Age 6. He's not just playing games. He's selling Coke, selling gum, figuring out profit margins like 5%, actively doing micro-commerce.
While other kids are just, being kids.
Then by 11, he's already dabbling in the stock market. And he didn't wait for some big inheritance to get capital. He sold newspapers.
Earning about, was it $75 a month back then?
Yeah.
Diligently saving it?
Yeah, and by 16, he'd saved up the equivalent of like $3,000. All because he chose to invest his time in earning and learning rather than just leisure.
And that focus, that discipline, it apparently never left him. Bill Gates even commented on seeing Buffett's calendar.
What'd you say?
That it was just packed. Minute by minute. It wasn't about being busy for the sake of it, but about intense focus. It confirms that this kind of discipline is fundamental to that level of productivity.
Okay, but let me push back slightly here. That sounds intense, like minute-by-minute scheduling. That feels overwhelming, maybe even impossible for most people listening. Are we saying you have to work 100-hour weeks?
That's a really important point. No, the takeaway isn't necessarily the sheer volume of hours. It's the respect for each minute. It's about intention.
Okay.
Think about Mahatma Gandhi during the Dandi March. He's walking fast, really focused, and this reporter, a guy actually named Walker, tries to interview him on the move.
And Gandhi just kept walking.
Didn't stop. Basically said his time, right then, was more valuable than getting famous in some English newspaper. His time wasn't about maximizing profit. It was dedicated to a single, crystal-clear purpose.
So the discipline comes from the clarity of purpose.
Exactly. That's the core insight. When you know why you're doing something, scheduling the time becomes much easier, much more natural.
And that applies even when you're just trying to survive, right? Like Abraham Lincoln early on.
Absolutely. Working on the farm, helping his father, which was demanding physical labor.
So he was also studying.
He found pockets of time. He was essentially multitasking, but in a smart way. Using overlapping time, maybe reading while doing a repetitive task or studying late at night. He was investing in his future knowledge while managing immediate demands.
So without that purpose, without that discipline, that's when we fall into the traps.
Precisely. And the sources we looked at identify two big reasons, two sins, if you will, against mastering time.
Okay, what are they?
The first is thinking you're weak. Basically, a lack of confidence that you can actually do what needs to be done.
Which leads directly to the second one.
Wasting time. It's the direct consequence.
And why do we waste it? What are the root causes?
Seems to boil down to two main things. One, lack of energy or, lack of the right mood. This idea that I'll work when I feel like it.
Which means you'll probably never feel like it when it comes to the hard stuff.
Right. If you wait for inspiration to strike every time, you'll never catch the day. And the second reason is a lack of purpose, not knowing where to invest your time. You drift, you change plans, you wait for perfect conditions.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. It reminds me of that old proverb, tomorrow's work, do it today.
But the modern version seems to be,
today's work, do it tomorrow. What's the big rush?
and that procrastination. It feeds right into what might be the biggest time trap today, the entertainment economy.
Ah, the bread and circuses idea.
Exactly. It's an old concept straight from the Roman Empire. Keep the population fed and distracted with games and spectacles.
And they won't notice the serious problems like pollution, bad taxes, a stagnant economy.
Mm-hmm. And today's circus, it's arguably social media, endless streaming, that constant dopamine drip from the infinite scroll.
It's not just a time suck, though. It feels like it does something else, too.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Ah.
The research gets into the neurological cost. That constant stream of easy hits, easy entertainment, it trains your brain.
How so?
It conditions you to expect instant gratification.
Right.
So when you need to do the hard work, the thing that takes 30 minutes of deep focus with no little like button popping up.
Your brain just resists. It wants the easy hit it's used to.
Exactly. It's been trained to choose the quick dopamine of the circus over the sustained effort of real work.
Yeah.
The cost isn't just lost minutes. It's a genuinely damaged attention span.
That's a really powerful point. And then there's the cold, hard cash aspect of it, the actual financial cost of all that fun.
Yeah, the sources break this down pretty bluntly. Let's say you earn, $400 a month. You work maybe 6 hours a day, weekends off. Your time has a specific hourly value. Let's call it $5 an hour, just for argument's sake.
Okay.
Now, if you spend 5 hours every day just on entertainment, scrolling, streaming, whatever.
That's $25 a day and potential lost productive time.
Right. Which adds up to hundreds of dollars a month. The conclusion they draw is stark. If you are struggling financially, you literally cannot afford excessive leisure and procrastination. It's a luxury you haven't earned yet.
Wow. Okay, so we see the value, we see the traps, but the practical side is still tough. Most people use things like to-do lists. Why do they often fail?
Good question. They tend to fail for, maybe 3 main reasons. First, a to-do list is just an inventory. It tells you what tasks exist, but there's no commitment attached.
It's just a list.
Just a list. Second, they cause choice confusion. You stare at 20 items, feel overwhelmed, and what do?
Pick the easiest, quickest one, the 3-minute email reply.
Exactly. You get a little dopamine hit from crossing something off, but you ignore the really important, maybe 30-minute task that would actually move you towards your goals.
And the third reason?
They usually lack context. They lack the why. It just says, call client X. It doesn't connect that call to your bigger picture, your 5-year plan, whatever it is. So motivation flags.
Okay, so we need to move from just listing things to actually committing time. Which brings us to the solution.
Yes, the technique that Harvard actually confirmed as the most effective out of like 100 productivity hacks they studied. It's called time boxing.
Time boxing. And this is what people like Elon Musk reportedly use to manage those insane schedules.
That's right. Highly productive people often structure their days this way. It's different from a to-do list because you're not just listing what to do. You're packing the work with time directly onto your calendar.
So you decide beforehand.
Exactly. You decide. From 2:00 p.m. to 3:00 p.m., I am working on this project outline. Nothing else. You commit a specific block of your most valuable asset, your time, to a specific task.
So you're telling your time where to go instead of reacting to whatever pops up.
Precisely. You rule the calendar, the clock doesn't rule you. And interestingly, studies show that tasks often tend to sort of compress or expand to fit the time box you give them. Parkinson's law, in a way.
But to do time boxing effectively, you really need to know where to point that time, right? You can't just block out time randomly.
Absolutely essential. You need a target.
Right.
Which means you need clear goals. And the best framework for that is SMART goals.
Okay, let's break SMART down. S is for
specific. Your goal has to be precise, not just I want to travel. It's I want to travel to Delhi in November. Specificity cuts out wasted effort. Measurable. How do you track progress? Think of like a download bar. Knowing you're 50% done with the report or you saved 50% of the money needed, that gives you psychological relief, momentum. You need to measure it.
Makes sense. A is for
achievable. This is crucial. You have to be realistic. Don't aim to go from earning, a few $1,000s a month to 10 million overnight. Set steps you can actually reach within a reasonable time frame. Otherwise, you just get discouraged.
Right.
Relevant. This connects back to purpose. Does this work actually matter to you? Does it align with your values, your real interests? If not, you'll lose steam. Like that dog chasing a parked car. If it caught it, what would it do? You need to care about the destination.
Okay, and finally, T.
Time-bound. Every goal, every significant task needs a deadline, a start date, and an end date. It needs teeth. That's what creates urgency and structure.
So let's pull this all together. To master time, you first need to figure out your purpose using SMART goals.
Get that clarity.
And then you use time boxing to actually schedule, to commit your time on your calendar, to make progress on those goals.
That's how you take control of those 86,400 seconds each day. You decide their destiny.
Because the bottom line, as the sources remind us, is you can't kill time.
Nope, because eventually time will kill you. That sounds grim, but it's reality.
So the only real response is commitment, starting now.
Yes. The sources suggest actually writing down a commitment to act, making it tangible.
So here's the challenge for you listening. Try adopting that high-value metric we talked about. Commit to this just for the next half hour. I will make sure the next 30 minutes of my life is worth more than, say, 10,000 rupees or $120.
Think about that. How would you actually spend that next half hour if it had that kind of tangible value attached? What work, what study, what connection would be worth that?
It really is time to stop letting that horse of Kala just race by.
It's time to saddle up and start riding with purpose.
Yeah.